Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
All right, sorry guys, that was my fault because I guess I used some copyrighted music and YouTube didn't like it and they cut my feed. That's what happened. Anyways, guys, hey, wake up, Dan.
Hey, all right, we're back.
Man, I hope people join.
Kids are out tonight. I guess that's copyrighted or whatever.
I guess so. I only played it for like 30 seconds.
Great song.
Man, I hope. And we had a good group coming in too. We had like 6-7 viewers. I hope that they find this.
We even had my dad, man. I mean, you know. Hey, what's up, Johnny?
Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny, do me the favor. See if you can tell everyone where we're at now. Okay, here we got 5 of them now. All right, guys. Sorry if you're just joining us. That was my fault. I guess The Kid Is Hot Tonight was copyrighted. I only used it for 30 seconds, and YouTube didn't like it, and they cut my feed. Which is stupid.
It is stupid.
All right, guys. So we are back, and I'm glad everyone found us. So obviously, I invited Dan on the show tonight, and if you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you know who Dan is. He's a friend of the channel. He's with Return of the Disc. And, so we thought we'd go ahead and do an episode tonight talking about our DVD collection.
Thanks for having me on, Paul.
Hey, no problem. I'm glad you're on. You're able to get on.
And it wouldn't be us without some technical problems.
Yeah, back in the day, we always had technical problems.
Yeah,
let's see here. Brent Madison. Let's do this here. Oh, it's not showing up yet. Brent Madison says, some people have mentioned that even non-copyright music getting flagged on YouTube now. Really? That is, Man, I hope not, because... Oh, yeah, let me turn on my mic. There we go. Because that would suck if royalty-free music is being flagged. Let's see here. What's Johnny watching? He says, yeah, mic is a little too loud. Yeah, I always forget. I have to adjust my mic every time when I do a live show. And your dad was even on tonight. Hopefully he made it back.
I'm sure he's still out there.
Hopefully he made it on the live stream. All right, guys. First, before we get into this, so first, we're going to go ahead and just show some of our DVD collection. Dan has way more than I do. So we're just going to run down real quick. And first off, I wanted to show something really quick here. And that has to do with what I got this week from MVD.
All right, he's back.
Oh, good. You made it back, Scott. And that is Rain Man. 4K UHD, got from MVD this week. First 4K UHD title. And I wanted to point something out real quick because when I posted that I received this, all of a sudden I had people make comments and messaging me saying, well, it sucks because it doesn't have HDR or Dolby Vision. I'm like, what are you talking about? Of course it does. No, it doesn't. I keep hearing it doesn't have it. And I even posted a picture of the back of the slipcover showing HDR Dolby Vision, and they said, you can't trust slipcovers. They don't always tell you the truth. So, so I thought tonight I would show everyone the truth, and I'm going to there we go. So yes, it is in 4K, 24 frames per second, and HDR. So there's the proof right there. It is HDR and Dolby Vision. So you guys just, I don't know, it wouldn't be the internet without people trolling, right?
And from the stills you sent me, it looks really good.
Yeah, I just completed the comparison between the 25th anniversary Blu-ray and the new one. And it should be up tonight. I think at midnight is when I have it. Let's see here.
Awesome.
Let's look at chat real quick here. Let's see, Babas Scotty. Haven't you seen my fan-made... Oh, dude, come on. Get out of here.
That guy again?
Yeah. Simon, if you're out there, boot this guy out of here. Let's see. Scott says, I'm back. Yeah, welcome back, Scott. What's Johnny watching? Welcome back, Scott. Symmetry Studios, which is Simon. THX, let's go. Actually, I do have a DVD that's been THX calibrated. I'm going to show. John Pimmel, like with Ted Lasso, when you say something that has HDR, I believe. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, I don't get some of these people. But anyways, let's get through this. This is some new stuff I got today from, this is from Universal, I think. Renfield. So I got that. Haven't watched it yet. I'm waiting until next week to watch it. And let me know if you guys have seen Renfield or what you thought of it. I know you saw it. What did you think of it?
Not very good. Nick Cage is really good in it, but I don't know. The script's just not very good. I didn't think it was that funny. It's over the top. It's just kind of silly. At least it's not very long. I wasn't really buying the Awkwafina storyline. But, people like it. I'm just not one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured Nicolas Cage would probably be the only thing that's really worth watching it for. Let's see, What's Johnny Watching says, if it's on the internet, it must be true. Well, of course, right? Everything's true on the internet. Brent Madison said, watched Rise of the Beast today, was a fun watch. Yeah, I'm hearing good things about it, actually. I'm hearing it's real similar to Bumblebee, which I loved.
Yeah, that was great. You know what I did watch recently, like last night, or this morning I finished it up, was that Arnold documentary. It was fantastic on Netflix. If you guys can check out the Arnold documentary, it's a 3-part documentary on Netflix. Amazing.
Yeah, I finished that last night as well, and really, really well done documentary. I was curious because he's a private person. He doesn't want to, let anybody know about his private life unless it's uncontrollable, like with his affair. But so I was curious, how much is he really going to get into it? And he got into a pretty good amount with his personal life and what he had to deal with. And then I like to, the third episode is about his political career. Mm-hmm. And then he talked about the affair he had with the housemaid, I guess it was, and how he realized that that ruined not just. It ruined his entire family's life and how ashamed he still feels, which I'm glad he talked about that. And he talked about how ashamed he feels about it because he should.
Yeah, I wasn't sure with the first 2 parts if he was going to go there even. But part 3 really surprised me. Because part 3 is more about his political career, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be interested in that as much. But it was probably one of the better parts. Yeah,
one thing I thought was kind of funny is that they showed all of his movies, talked about majority of his movies, and talked about his highest grossing movies here and there. But 2 movies they didn't talk about was Raw Deal, right?
Raw Deal.
And Kindergartner Cop. They didn't talk about those 2 movies, and I wonder why, because Kindergartner Cop was a huge hit back in the day. But they talked about Junior, but not Kindergartner Cop, which I thought was weird. All right, let's get into the chat a little bit more, and then we'll dive into some more of this. So, Teddy Graham says, are you giving away the code for Renfield? No, not giving away. I actually already gave it away. Teddy Graham says, nice to see Dan back on the show.
Thanks, Teddy.
Yes, it is. John Pimmel says, good to hear the Arnold doc is worth it. For me, the other new Netflix fiction show, Fubar, not so much. Yeah, that movie sucked. I'm sure, John, you saw my...
This is way better than Fubar.
Yeah, I'm sure you saw my tweet about Fubar. I could not stand that show. I watched 20 minutes of the first episode and I turned it off. I just... the humor... I can't even call it humor. It's just... It felt like a primetime NBC show and not, a Arnold Schwarzenegger Netflix event type show.
I just don't think Arnold has it anymore. I mean, I hate to say that, but he's just older, and I don't know. It just wasn't the right role for him. I think he needs to play the grandpa, not the dad, and start there.
Well, and I thought it was funny that he doesn't even play his age, unlike Sly. Where Sly plays his age, he plays into it. Arnold doesn't play into his age. He says, I'm 65 in the show when he's really 75. And, I think it's still some of his pridefulness that he has that he talks about in the doc. Brent Madsen says the new Robert Englund doc was great. Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares. The Robert Englund story on disc soon, but digital now. Yeah, I wanted to see that really bad. I can't wait to check that out.
Same here.
John says I bailed on Fubar after third episode. Well, you stuck around longer than I did.
Yeah, you got farther than I did too.
Yeah.
I think I didn't even finish the first episode.
Yeah, I bailed at 20 minutes in. Real quick, I'm going to run through these. These are from Mill Creek, which is a staple of physical media. These come out, this comes out, never seen this show, The Event. But I believe it's already out. It says available June 6th. So
Is that like Manifest?
I have
It
no
looks like a
clue.
Manifest type show.
I know absolutely nothing about this. All I know, I think it was on NBC or CBS, one of the shows. And I think it only lasted one season. If anybody's seen The Event and can recommend it, let me know in the comments and what you thought of it. And then the next one comes out on the 27th of June, and that is Ultraman, the Battle Kaiju, which I love this slipcover artwork. I'm not huge on the Ultraman stuff, but yeah, I love this. Love that artwork alone. That's pretty cool artwork. Let's see here. What's Johnny Watching says, I remember The Event when it came out. Never saw it, though. Yeah, I very rarely watch TV. And an example of why is watch Fubar, and you'll understand why I don't
Especially
watch
like
TV
the
much.
network shows are they're so garbage. I mean,
And I was wondering if maybe Fubar was originally made for network, primetime network, and then Netflix bought it. I don't know. But that's what it felt like. Timothy says, any show without Dan on it is Fubar. Well, come
thanks,
on,
Tim.
man.
Thanks, bro.
That's funny. All right, let's get into it. Let's show off some of our DVDs.
All
now,
right, DVDs.
One reason why I did this is... one big reason why I did that, decided to do DVDs, is because a lot of people think I hate DVDs. Like, DVDs are garbage. I don't want anything to do with them. That's not necessarily true, despite what you may believe and what I've said on the show. It may seem like it is, but it's not. If it's a movie that's on Blu-ray and you decide to buy the DVD, that's where I'm saying why, when they're the same price and it's a better picture quality. But if it's something that's not available on Blu-ray or 4K, then I'm perfectly fine picking up the DVD. And there's nothing wrong with that. Especially with some of this stuff that I have here isn't even available on, even on digital. Some of the stuff isn't even available on
same
streaming.
here. I've got a couple here, I think, that are they don't have Blu-rays yet. It's interesting, though. I mean, like a movie like Alligator last year was on like a DVD, but went right to 4K. So I mean, it could happen any moment that they also announce like a new restoration of these films.
Yeah, exactly. Let's. I'm gonna hand it over to you, and guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back and forth. So Dan will show one, I'll show one, and do that.
And trade off.
Yeah, trade off. Let's full screen you here and see what you got.
Full screen me.
You. There you go. I'm gonna full screen you.
So I'm starting out big with a reality TV show here that was altered about 3 times. No, I'm just kidding. It's Star Wars.
A little known movie.
This came out early 2000s, I want to say. I got it at a Sam's Club. And this is a tin. And it includes the 97 remaster, restoration, whatever they want to call it. George Lucas called it. But it also includes the original cuts, unaltered as well.
Oh, nice.
People can see that, but yeah, there's some cool little art here, and the only problem is, it's nice having the original cuts on DVD, but it's letterboxed at 4:3, 2:35 aspect ratio, so you have to zoom in, kind of like you do on the True Lies.
So it's not anamorphic.
Not anamorphic, so you'd have to zoom in a little bit. But yeah, it has each one of the trilogy.
So does it have the special edition and then also the theatrical?
Yeah, it has both. The special edition is, anamorphic and fine, DVD quality. But I kept these because it has the original prints the original versions of Star Wars, which aren't really available at all unless you want a bootleg.
Yeah, or the despecialized edition.
Despecialized, yeah, that came out. That came some traction, but it's not the official release. I'm hoping someday that they do official release, but it's Disney, and we know what they're doing now with the movies, so likely.
Well, and as from what I've heard, Lucas has it in his contract that the original theatrical cuts, they don't exist.
That's true. That's true. He wanted to make them more kid-friendly and add animals and creatures, and
yeah. And so I think that I assume that's probably that was in the contract when he sold Lucasfilm. But it would still be nice to have, man. I mean,
that's true.
The special edition, I still watch it, but it sucks. I fast forward the.
It's just not the same when you have that really bad CGI Jar Jar show up in A New Hope, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, I'm crying.
And Han shot first, guys. So
what'd you say? Oh yeah,
Han shot first.
Yeah, and George Lucas went back and forth on that, didn't he? He did
I think so. Yeah,
a couple different times where he said he shot first, and he says he didn't, then he says he did. Make up your mind, Lucas. Good Lord. Let's see what Johnny Watching says. The only TV show I watch is Always Sunny in Philadelphia and What We Do in the Shadows. I used to watch those, and I think I bailed on Philadelphia. It's Always Sunny, probably season 8 or 9. I don't know. It just kind of it's like the same thing over and over again. I just got kind of bored with it. What We Do in Shadows is great. I haven't watched the new season though, but I really like that show. John Doe Juggalo says, I just picked up The Village on DVD today. What's the newest format that exists of that one? Nothing. Not yet anyways, but I'm hearing they're working on a 4K because it's not even available on Blu-ray.
Wow, that's surprising.
Now let me ask you this, John Doe. Did you pick up the Vista series? Let me know, because that was a great DVD set. All right, yeah, so let's start. Let's head over
your turn.
To me, and let me get you out of here. No, that's the wrong one. All right, there we go. You can already see this in frame. So this is part of New Line Cinema's Vista series, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can get a closer, better view of it. That is Pearl Harbor, the director's cut. Now, this was only available for very, very limited time on DVD. You can't find it on streaming, Blu-ray, VHS. You can't find it on any physical media format except this or on streaming. What's cool, though, is the packaging. Because the Vista series, they had like, I want to say 5 or 6 different movies that they packaged like this. Village was one of them, and it includes just like a ton of special features.
That's cool.
So yeah, let me open it up here. So this is cool. So it opens up like this. Is it in frame there?
Man, yeah, perfect. No wonder what you kept that.
Yeah. So this is really the only movie, actually second movie that I kept on DVD. Comes with this. It's like a letter. It's pretty cool. From President Roosevelt. It's a copy of what he said in 1941 when he announced that Pearl Harbor was attacked. And it comes with 4 discs. So you got 4 discs in here. So each disc has its own little housing thing. The movie is on 2 discs, and then the special features are on 3 discs, or 2 discs.
Is it that long?
It's 3 hours and I think 3 hours and 3 minutes. 3 hours and 2 minutes. It's got some character art cards, which is pretty cool. Where is it? I like that one. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then it's got a 28-page booklet. And yeah, that's about it. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I love the fold-out design. I'm not sure if the Village, I don't think the Village Vista series had that fold out. But this is the director's cut, as I said, and it's the only way you could ever see the director's cut. And I don't care for the movie. It's not a good movie. But the director's cut is better. And the reason being is better is because the Pearl Harbor attack has been extended. It was originally supposed to be a hard R-rated movie. And when you watch the extra 2 minutes of the attack, you can see why it was supposed to be rated R. I mean, 50 caliber guns are being shot at people, and they're just, it's very realistic. They're just being completely shredded. Shows
So it's like Saving Private Ryan level.
Basically, yeah. And this is this isn't available anymore. It has been out of print for years. I think last night I went on Amazon to see if anybody had it, and I think I saw a couple people selling it for like $200 or something. But what's nice is that you get all these special features here. You got like 5 commentaries, an in-depth making of. What's cool too is it's got an interactive making of where you can go in and use the remotes and kind of go through the specs of the battleships and the Japanese planes and all that cool stuff. So yeah, this was really cool. I wish that they would release this at least on Blu-ray, because I do like the director's cut better, mainly because of the extended Pearl Harbor sequence.
That was awesome.
Yeah, the Vista DVD set, I think it was like 5 or 6 movies. They had, I believe, Tombstone, Unbreakable, The Village, and like 2 others. And then they stopped producing them. But yeah, this is really cool. I wish they would release this on Blu-ray at least. Let's see here. What's some of the comments here? Scott says, anybody seen Tora, Tora, Tora? Of course. I love Tora, Tora, Tora. I own that on VHS, DVD.
All formats.
I had it on Blu-ray as well. Great film. Yeah, Sixth Sense. That's what it was, James. Sixth Sense. All right, let's switch it back over to you.
All right, back to me. This is one that my dad showed me, or recommended to me. And he'd always play this certain part where Robert Wool would grab the microphone and fart into it. And it's Hollywood Nights.
Hollywood Nights.
And I'm not sure if there's a Blu-ray that's still in print. I know it had maybe a small release on Blu-ray, but it's kind of too expensive now. But I'm hoping they have a new edition someday. It's kind of an underrated comedy.
What year?
I think it was from 80. Let me see. 1980.
Okay.
So,
please
Tony
tell me,
Danza, Michelle Pfeiffer, Robert
does
Wool,
it
Fran
have
Drescher.
Does it have the Bob Seger song Hollywood Nights?
Oh gosh, put me on the spot here. It says 50s and 60s, so it's a period piece.
Oh, okay. So no, I think that came out in the 70s.
But that would be awesome if it had it. Yeah, so I got that on the DVD.
James says the Punch Bowl scene.
Yeah, Punch Bowl scene.
I probably saw
the Hollywood Nights, Simon. My bad. The Hollywood Nights.
Simon corrected you. Grammar Nazi. Oh, Scott says no Bob Seger. Oh, come on, man. You got to have Hollywood Nights. Well, I guess it's not spelled the same way.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like an American Graffiti era type, I think it came out after American Graffiti.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I saw it when I was a kid, but I don't really remember all of it. Simon says it's what he's here for. Okay, let's switch back over to me here.
Back to you.
Now, this is another one that you can't find on Blu-ray, 4K, and I don't think you can find it on streaming either. And this is one of my favorite films. And the reason why I saw this movie and bought it immediately is because Martin Scorsese did an interview where he said before he shoots any movie, he always watches Hell's Angels. And
nice.
Have you seen this, Dan?
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the Aviator, and they go into that a lot. And but I don't. I guess that makes sense because Scorsese did the Aviator.
Yeah, and I mean when Simon and I watched this, we were blown away by it. I mean, this was made in like when was it made? I don't know. Was it Renew 1930? It was made in 1930, yeah. And the shots that they have a whole tracking shot, kind of like Scorsese did in Goodfellas, where he did that oneer where it's just going around the restaurant. They did that in this as well from 1930, and the camera is going like over. It looks like it's going over the tables. And in the making of, they showed that as the camera was going, the cameraman was walking towards the table. They actually had the tables rigged so it would split open.
Wow.
And so the cameraman would just keep walking, and they would split open the table, and he would just keep walking, so it looked like the camera was going over the table to the actors. And the aerial scenes in this is just insane. I mean,
yeah, didn't they strap on the cameras to the planes and stuff?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy, man. Because those things were heavy back then. It wasn't like Top Gun Maverick where they put like 8 IMAX cameras that are small and tiny. These were big, bulky cameras.
Oh yeah,
that they were strapping on the planes.
Yeah, and the tricks like this reminded me of Orson Welles with Citizen Kane, where he would do tricks like that as well. And I think this came out before Citizen Kane, so I don't know how much Orson Welles was inspired with this, but man, this is, if you guys can find this,
I gotta check it out now.
It's a must see. I've held on to it this long, and if I'm holding on to a DVD this long, it's definitely something to watch. Jean Harlow is in it. And it's cool too because it has that sepia tone in some scenes, and in other scenes it's black and white. And there's a shot where I believe it's a bad guy, the German, and he knows he's going down with the Zeppelin. What are they called?
The
Zeppelin, I guess. And he knows he's going down, and it does this wide shot of him standing by a trap door, and it just shows him jump through the trap door, and then it cuts to outside, show him falling down, in the midst of the battle in the sky, falling down from the Zeppelin. It's just amazing.
Now
amazing.
I'm thinking of like the making of that film was probably like Babylon was when they showed the scenes, behind the scenes. It just sounds like maybe there's some injuries on the set of that.
Of
Hells Angels,
I'm sure, because when I did some research on this, and from research I've read, it says that no film was ever shot like this before. No one ever made a movie like this before. So yeah, I'm sure they had lots of injuries. Yeah, guys, definitely one to pick up. Universal remastered it, I think, in 2004. So it should still be out if you can find it. It's definitely one to pick up. Let's move on to you.
Oh, I got another raunchy comedy. And this covers not what you guys think. If you've seen the movie, this is Club Dread. It's on DVD. I don't think there's a Blu-ray, but
no.
You see this movie for Bill Paxton. It's a great horror comedy parody by Broken Lizard, the same guys behind Super Troopers. But Bill Paxton is just so funny in this.
Yeah, I was you showed me that movie one time, and I was like, wow, you know this movie too, because I haven't found anybody that's actually knows what this movie is. It's one of those that just really slipped under the radar. It's a great movie. I love that movie. I keep holding out for Blu-ray. What's Johnny Watching says, Pina Colada Berg. John Pimmel says, Hollywood Nights, it's like Porky's meets American Graffiti.
Very true.
What is it? Kane was in 41, I think. Simon? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what that's about.
1941, I think.
Oh, okay. Simon says Amazon has Hell's Angels for $15. Cool. All right. So now with the rest of mine, I'm just going to go through them real quick, rapid fire.
Okay.
Because they're really just TV shows that aren't available on streaming or any other home media platform. So I'm just going to run through them real quick here. Let's see here. All right, guys. So here we go. Oh, first of all, before I do that, I have to show this. Andy Sedaris.
That fits the whole Club Dread thing.
Girls, Guns, and G-Strings. It used to be called Girls, Guns, and Bombs, which I like that. But anyways, I like that title, that subtitle better. But yeah, so if you've been watching this channel, I started doing there we go. I started doing a playlist of Andy Sedaris movies, and I would do like a spoof review on them. And so I think I did 4 or 5 of them, and then I kind of just stopped doing it. And now I want to get back into it, so I'm going to finish out the series. So keep an eye out for that.
Do it.
All right, so here we go. Rapid fire with these TV shows. All right, so little known show that was on Fox for 1 season, Action with Jay Moore. Now it says uncut and unbleeped, which isn't entirely true because I watched this thinking, oh good, this was originally for HBO. And so they shot it with language and some nudity. And I thought, oh good, finally I'll be able to see the real version, unedited version. But no, it's still censored and bleeped. So, lies!
You can't trust the slipcovers.
Can't trust the slipcover. A TV show that can never be made, can't be made today, Married with Children, all episodes. Let's see here. The Ben Stiller Show. I think it's ran for 2 seasons. What's cool about this, it comes with unaired sketches. Comes with unaired sketches. It's cool too. It's come with audio commentary on some of the episodes, and outtakes, behind the scenes. This is not a cool one. I mean, it had some good episodes. The whole show's not great, but it had some fun episodes. Next up is Nirvana Unplugged in New York. You got to have this in your collection.
I had the CD.
I have the CD and this. This is actually remastered in 5.1, and dude, it sounds amazing in 5.1 surround. Next up is the 80s Twilight Zone complete series. I used to love this show when I was a kid. It aired on Fox. Thundercats.
Nice.
Gotta have that. Sledgehammer. Does anybody else remember Sledgehammer from the 80s? Like a spoof on Dave Richey's in it, who's now on Succession, or was on Succession. Fun show. Another one is Alien Nation, the complete series. So, of course, this was based on the movie, and they made it into a TV show. Transformers, the complete series on... I wish they would put out a Blu-ray of this. I don't know why they don't, especially with how huge Transformers have gotten.
There's some money to be made there.
Yeah, and these, I realized, I noticed too that these are unedited episodes. Not that it has language or anything, but so this is pretty cool. 98 episodes, 4 seasons. And then lastly, but not leastly, Family Ties, the complete series. And guys, if you have not seen that Steel documentary of Michael J. Fox, you gotta watch that.
I was just gonna say that's another good documentary.
Yeah, I mean, it's on Apple TV, and it's really, really good. So this includes all 7 seasons. And lastly, this isn't a TV show, but I want to show it anyways. It's called The Art of Flight. And it's a movie documentary type thing about... I think is it about skiing? I don't even remember. I can't remember what this is about. Anyways, this is pretty cool. One more. I needed to show here. 2 more. Sorry.
Make up your mind.
Okay, 3 more. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I found it. Music videos. Def Leppard. These are the original music videos and live performances. And lastly, Metallica S&M. What's very, very cool about this and is that it comes with with the audio tracks. They recorded each instrument separately, so each instrument has its own track. So if you want to only hear Ulrich on the drums, you click on that track, and all you hear is him playing the drums.
Isolated drum track and stuff.
Yeah, and it has isolated lead guitar, isolated bass. It's awesome, and I heard that they may be coming out with this on Blu-ray, but they're not going to include all those special features, which really sucks. But yeah, it's cool too because the 5.1 is done. The 5.1 sound is done so good that you can put your ear to the center speaker and all you hear is James Hetfield. You don't hear any instruments.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Hold on here. Let me switch to you because I gotta run and
Switch to me.
do something really quick.
Right.
What else do you got?
So I've got one for the sports fans. This one was a movie I saw. I was probably middle school or so, and went and drove to the IMAX. Michael Jordan to the max. This one, I don't know if it's available streaming or even got a Blu-ray or anything else out there, but it was presented in IMAX, and it was just encapsulates his last season with the Chicago Bulls, and it's so good. It's a great companion piece with the Netflix series that they came out with the final season, the last dance on Netflix. So this is a great companion piece with that. And yeah, I just remember being blown away by the sound design, and like they open up with Michael Jordan dribbling the ball and dunking and does like this 360 turn while he's in the air. And it was just awesome to see that on the big screen. Such an experience. And yeah, so it's kind of a rare DVD to have, and one that I like to have in my collection. And then I feel like I should have grabbed more because Paul has so much stuff. Like I have like the Larry Sanders Show and stuff like that, and those are good. But my last one is Albert Brooks, The Muse, another underrated comedy. And he's basically plays like a struggling writer who needs to find a muse. And Albert Brooks, Annie McDowell, Jeff Bridges, and Sharon Stone, and some awesome cameos in here that just James Cameron shows up, Martin Scorsese shows up. So it doesn't. I think it had like a limited Blu-ray that's like way out of print and expensive now. So I got the DVD.
Did it?
And yeah, I think it was according to Blu-ray.com. Now, how
Okay.
credible is that? But
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't imagine the picture quality that great on the Blu-ray. Probably just like ported over from the DVD. But yeah, so I picked up the DVD. Great comedy. Hopefully we get a release of some of Albert Brooks' more of his movies, like they did with the Criterion with Defending Your Life, which was a great release.
Yeah, that's another movie that you told me about, and I started quoting scenes from it, and it was like, wait, you know this movie too? when you were showing it to me, it's funny because there's so many good movies out there that are so underrated and just do not get the attention they deserve. And since they're not on Blu-ray or streaming, people miss out on it. Do you have Mom? Is it Mother?
I do have Mother, yeah.
Mother,
I watched
yeah.
that on Mother's Day. Yeah,
I love Mother. That's such a good show. Let's go to the chat here. Let's see here.
See it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to fish through here.
A lot of action.
Okay. I'm going to go and put it on the screen here. So Scott says Nirvana live at the Paramount is awesome. Yeah, I wanted to get that one too. Now, is that available on a DVD or just is it CD?
Not sure.
Yeah, Simon says, I forgot to mention that. Simon says the Nirvana is also the complete unedited version of the concert. The entire concert from beginning to finish. And because you can't, they never aired the whole thing on MTV, and you can't get it. I believe it's also on the CD. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's great. I mean, it's just great seeing Kurt Cobain playing live like that, and then knowing that, what was it, 3 months later?
Yeah.
And yeah, I was talking to my cousin about it, who loves Nirvana too, and I was like, man, I would have killed to have been at that concert. That would have been amazing. John Pimmel says, in some ways, the Alienation series is better than the movie. Yeah, I didn't really care for the movie, even though James Caan is in it. I didn't care for the movie. Let's see here. Oh, it is on Blu-ray, Scott. Okay. Yeah, I need to check that out then. All right.
I would imagine it has a great sound mix too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I wonder if it's remastered in audio. Anyways, you said you have something coming in from Arrow Video soon that was shipped?
Yeah, man, I got a couple. I got one big thing coming in. It's the Empire Video Store set. So I'll be doing a unboxing and review of all 5 movies. Looking forward to that. I haven't seen any of them before, and I know they're not really high art, but it should be fun.
To say the least.
And I got one question for you. Would you like to go to Camp Crystal Lake with me? I have not. I have not seen any of the Friday the 13th movies.
Like as a picnic, or?
Yeah, right. I know it sounds. Come on, man. Let's get slashed.
Man, that's supposed to be off camera.
But I'm planning a Friday the 13th series on my channel, and I'd like you to join me on the quest through the 8 movies.
Yeah, that's definitely that's something we've been talking about for a while now, and yeah, like you said, you've never seen the movie. I've seen the movie since I was, like 14 or 15. I've seen them all, so I'm well versed in how this moral irreprehensible trash is. And I told you this. I warn you before you start watching them, and I think I've warned you more than once, is don't go in expecting anything. Just, turn your brain off, sit down, and enjoy it for what it is, because there's zero continuity to it. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just saying that the first 3 movies take place on the same weekend, and when you watch it, you'll know why that makes zero sense.
I know, Johnny. I know. I'm a late bloomer to horror, and I want to get these main franchises out of the way and give me some credibility.
There's actually 9 Friday the 13th movies, but the 9th one, Jason Goes to Hell, it's I think it was released on DVD, but it's out of print. You can't find it anywhere, or it's incredibly expensive. And I think the only way they released it on Blu-ray, but it was with that huge Shack Factory box set that's like $1 million. And
I have seen Freddy vs. Jason, but that's
okay. So basically, you know what you're in for if you've seen that. So yeah, we're not going to do Jason X either, because we're just going to stick with. Maybe I think I have it here.
The last one is Manhattan, I believe.
Yeah, Jason Takes Manhattan, and they should have retitled that, because he doesn't really take Manhattan that much.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, so that 8-disc set that Paramount released, that's what we're focusing on. You've got it, I've got it, so we're going to go ahead and do again, that's not going to be on my channel. It's going to be on Dan's channel, Return of the Disc. So definitely subscribe to his channel so you can keep tabs on when that's going to take place. And I think you said we're going to do one episode for each movie. Is that what you're planning? Yep. Yes.
That's the plan. We're going to try to do like a rundown of maybe some kills too.
We'll try to do a Joe Bob Briggs type.
Like, a breakdown.
Try to do it.
I'm going to try to take notes.
There won't be a whole lot of note taking.
But we are doing something on your channel too in July.
Yeah. A couple months ago, we did a Tarantino. What do you call it?
Director spotlight,
whatever it was called, where we chose 5 movies. 5 movies, right? I think that's what we did. Or we did a ranking of Tarantino movies. That's what we did. And this time we're going to do a 5-movie ranking of Martin Scorsese, which is going to be hard to do, to only pick out 5 movies from Martin Scorsese. Yeah. That's going to be tough.
John I'm just going to go with like the 5 favorite ones that I've seen, because I haven't seen all of them.
I don't think I'm going to rewatch, because there's too many to watch. But so the ones that I have seen, exactly. So we're not going to do like from when the Boxcar Birthday. What was it?
Oh gosh,
that was
my
door.
Was that
was
like
one?
Roger Corman era, right?
Yeah. So we're not going to do those ones, just ones that we have and that we've seen. So that's going to be. I'm kind of anxious about that one because again, hard to choose. Only 5 movies out of his catalog. So yeah, that's going to be on my channel. We're going to do that in July. And the reason we're doing it in July is because After Hours is finally getting not just a Blu-ray release, but a 4K release. So we thought to correspond with that, we'll go ahead and do it in July. So yeah, keep an eye out for those videos. John Pimble says, actually Shout Friday the 13th is around $140. I got it a few months ago for $80 from Shout Store. Yeah. Excuse me. I heard the box set is great. I heard the box set is actually really, really well done. Like the Blu-rays have all been remastered. I'm not sure if the same master as the Paramount, but I've heard they're really good. I do know that I believe the first 3 were remastered in 4K. Just put on Blu-ray, and that's included in the set that you have. So you should get some nice picture there. So yeah, guys, can't wait to dive into those. And before we leave, one more announcement here is, again, at midnight tonight, I have Rain Man 25th anniversary against the 4K. Check that out. It's really interesting. I'll say it right now, it's not a night and day huge difference, but there's definitely some improvements there.
Awesome.
Yeah, guys. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us. Stay tuned next week because I think if he's available, I think I'm going to have Scotty on next week. And we're either going to do it Wednesday or Thursday, probably Wednesday. And so come back here next week at 7 p.m. Central Time. I want to thank Dan for joining me tonight. And
thank you, Paul, for having me.
Tell the fine folks out there who aren't following you where to find you.
You can find me on my YouTube channel at Return the Disc on YouTube. There's also a Twitter out there. And if you like audio versions, I try to post my stuff on Spotify or wherever podcasts are available. But thanks, guys.
All right, guys. I will go ahead and leave a link to your channel below in the description. What's Johnny watching says, great stream, Paul and Dan. Oh, thanks, Dan. I appreciate Dan. Thanks, Johnny. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Johnny.
Dan.
It was tough to follow Johnny. You know, he did it last week. You know, I'm the second one in. This week, so I feel like we're both 2 solid guests. So Scotty's got some shoes to fill.
Yeah, I'll tell him that. Yeah, this is a new stream. If you guys aren't aware, this is a new live stream I'm doing. Physical Media live chat show. I'm probably going to change the name later, or we may be rebooting Physical Media Coast to Coast with Dan. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for joining me and Dan, and we'll see you next time. And remember, keep Physical Media alive.